Under-17 Hockey Challenge.
The following presentation is brought to you by HN Live in partnership with Source for Sports.
In 2025, the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge runs through the Maritimes, Truro, Nova Scotia, where 5 countries will make up 6 teams over 7 days. As we welcome you inside the Millbrook First Nation Arena, the Rath Eastlink Community Center on hnlive.ca. My name is Dave Dawson. Thank you for spending your Sunday with us. As game number one will pit Finland against Team Canada Red as we go in-house to public address announcer Roger Soret for the game's opening ceremonies.
Would the two captains please meet at center ice for the ceremonial face-off? Nous invitons les deux capitaines à se rendre au centre de la glace pour la mise au jeu protocolaire.
The stick tap salute gets us ready to go on day number one, game number one from Truro, Nova Scotia. This is the 11th meeting all time between Team Canada Red and Finland, where starting goalie today for Team Finland, 16-year-old Samuel Heikkinen from Kouvola, Finland. He has played 3 games with Kuku, their under-17, under-20 program this season. He's 2-1 as a starter, has a 198 goals against average and a 900 save percentage. The coaching staff for Finland, Marko Kaupinen, Timo Mielinen, and Vili Vidaluoma. Head coach for Team Canada Red, Ryan McDonald out of the Prince Albert Raiders in the Western Hockey League, Matthew Gravel out of Drummondville in the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League, Brendan Taylor from Sault Ste. Marie in the OHL. And the starting goalie for Team Canada Red will be Mathis Fortin, 16 years old, out of Lorraine, Quebec. Has played 11 games as St. Eustache in the 18 AAA League this season, 6-4 as a starter, 262 goals against, 931 save percentage, and a shutout. He's a 3rd-round draft pick out of Drummondville, 6th or 55th overall in 2025. And the 2025 Under-17 World Hockey Challenge is underway. Canada Red has won 5 in a row against Finland. Last time Finland has picked up a victory against this program was 2018 in the semifinal. Canada has outscored Finland in the history, Canada Red, that is 39-30. As it's the Canadians underway early in the offensive zone. And behind the goal, Finns will pick up, headman knocked down by Chase Sirkin, in front, save early, rebound, doink. That might have caught iron. Side of the net, he scores. Alexei Joseph, the first overall pick in the QMJHL draft, had a hat trick in pre-tournament action on Friday. He and the leading goal scorer in the Western Hockey League, Chase Sirkin, connect early. That took 40 seconds, and Team Canada Red already ahead 1-0. Talk to Ryan McDonald about the aforementioned Joseph and Sirkin. We'll get to that later in the broadcast as Norman puts it along the wall. Brock Englund, the Calgary Edge School alum, staples his man into the end boards. Canada Red on the attack again. At the line, Norman chips it across, bouncing puck, brings it back outside the zone. Canadians tag, diagonal dump. Defensive breakdown in the Finn zone early. Side of the net, pressure on again. That's Cam Warren out of Maple, Ontario. Got a puck on goal. And Heikkinen got a pad on it. Each group making some changes. Finns got in actually a day late because of Hurricane Melissa. More on that a little later in the broadcast. Talk to their head coach about trying to get things organized and time change, et cetera, et cetera. They're not the only ones the time change is impacted. Glad to be here in Atlantic, Canada. Tremendous people, great hosts. Dumped in and around behind the goal. First zone time attack for Team Finland. After it there is Olli Kulamaya. 14 points and 7 goals for Kalpa early in his season in Finland. Their under 18 group there. Their head coach, well, Ryan McDonald, Canadian head coach, told me that got to be aware of the Finnish forecheck, as they like to hunt pucks and get on you quick, as it'll be nice and call against Team Finland. Look at Canada Reds, number 23. It's Brock Cripps, who actually is one of the members of Ryan McDonald's Prince Albert Raiders in the Western Hockey League. Alumnus of St. George's School in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League, Victoria, BC product. 6 assists through 11 games for Ryan McDonald's Prince Albert Raiders. One of 2 players that Mr. McDonald has, Ben Harvey the other. Playing on the other side, Canada White, where McDonald was an assistant last year and won a gold, where White beat Red in the championship. Back underway here, body contact along the wall. Lehtinen in behind for Finland on the headman pass. And the Finns break out numbers. And we're going to get an early penalty call. Official wasn't happy with the stick work. Is Poikela going to be going to the box? Thought he was pointing at 21. Nope. For Finland. Penalized player. It's Canadians, excuse me. Antoine Provencher. Charlottetown product. Their 7th overall pick in the most recent QMJHL draft will put the Canadians down a man for 2 minutes or less. Koikkinen at the line, trying to penetrate. Some open ice in front, good shot on, didn't reach 410, it was blocked. Pressure behind, blown tire might open things up here a little bit for Team Finland. Fugelberry's offering just misses as on the near side wall. Trying to fish it out. And Vitch is able to get a stick on it, and momentum will carry it outside the zone. Finland regroups, Canadians change. Sweeping back for Finland is Luca Sontela out of Zurich, Switzerland. 3 points for their under 20 program, Kiekko Espoo, this year. On the hinge, snuffed out nearly by Murata. But Finland will walk in again on the near side wall. Back at the line again. Joseph directs traffic on the weak side for Team Canada. Right in the bumper, not a lot on that puck. Not sure if it got onto 410 or not. Finland negotiates more ice. Back at the line, shot over top. Helpy now. Could use some help from the ice there as it got caught up momentarily. Dying seconds of the penalty, but a Baker's dozen left for Canada. Joseph trying to activate. That'll do it. Canadians will clear it down and get fresh personnel on the ice. So they dodge one early, 0 for 1 on the power play. And for Team Finland, it's Jaakko. Knocked off bit by the Canadian forechecker. Good strong along the wall. Cam Warren back at the line again. Cross to Norman. Norman fires, deflected from his backside. Almost found a path to the net, and now the Canadians are going to be headed to the power play on the tripping call. DeLille trying to use his entire body and innovative. Not giving up on the play, got his stick there, and so now Team Canada Red to the player advantage. Canada Red overall in the tournament in history, 51 games played, this 52. They're 28-23. 3 silver medals to their name, the most recent 2024, last year in 22. More on the Finns in a bit. At the line, shot off the stick, and it goes into the netting. For Team Finland, 148 games played in the tournament, 57, 84, and 7. Astonishingly, with all that history, only 5 medals in the history of the Under-17 World Challenge. A gold, 2 bronze, and 2 silver. Most recent medal of bronze in 2022. Finns win the draw, firing around on the near side wall. Canadians will try to keep it at a setup shop. Here's Joseph. Dials it down low. Looks to activate. Stick up, not going there. Murata flips it over, back again. Murata down low. On the tape right there. Partially blocked, didn't get a good offering on it. Warren drops it, Murata. At the line, Cripps. Cripps, return feed, Murata. Nice puck movement here by the Canadians. One time low, blocked again. Good job by the Finnish defender. 2 blocks on this. Joseph. Short side offering. And a good save by Samuel Heikkinen. 6'1", 161 pounds, where, as our cameraman Eric Serkey shows you, last year in under 16, 5-0 as a starter, a .84 goals against average, .959 percentage, and 2-round circular objects. For those of you who are superstitious, me not, but I'm a respecter of all peoples. So I will not say the word. Shot on, nice save by Heikkinen. He settles in a little bit here as the Canadian power play continues to go to work. Near side wall, Colt Carter. The lowest drafted player on this entire tournament. More on him a little later on. DeLille sets it up to Brock England. England to DeLille, misfires on it as Blake Chorney. A little Western Hockey League flavor here around for Canada Red as Finland will clear it out. Colt Carter will put a little pressure on the dump in. Final 30 or so on the power play for Canada Red, their first of the game. If you're just joining us, day 1, game 1 of the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge, NHNlive.ca. Thanks so much for hanging out. This Carter. Off his stick a little bit. Finns will rip it around. Off the dasher, though. Good shot on by Carter. He can turn on the Jets, and his edge work elite. Nice save by Heikkinen. Gave up his first shot. Not an easy task as the power play has expired. Alexei Joseph and Chase Sirkin connected on it. 40 seconds in. Since then, things have settled for the most part. Shots are 6-2 in favor of Canada Red as they're going to ice the puck. Come back into the Canada zone. As we look at Lloyd Garapy and a St. Marthe Sur-de-Lac in Quebec, Victoriaville, and the Quebec and Maritime Junior Hockey League has tallied 8 points so far through 12 games. He's their second round pick, 19th overall in the most recent draft. Cripps after it. Slides it along. Helpe. D-to-D picked off by Canada Red. Cripps accelerates it for Dufour. Helpe. On it again, got McLaughlin with eyes for the biscuit and Finland. Nice pass, tape to tape. Here comes Kulimala. Finland's changing, waits for some more personnel. Tries to send it across, puck knocked down. Finland now completing the change of the rolling biscuit. Diagonal puck finds its way into the corner. Finland might have something here at the net. And swatted away by Canadian netminder 410. Back outside the zone. Sirialainen. Lead feed. The bouncing biscuit and Canada Red might have numbers. 3-on-2, a blown tire, toe drag, flip sauce, backhand, great save. The game's best so far. Samuel Heikkinen, diagonal D-to-D, backhand, and a nice save by the Finnish netminder. Backed up today, Heikkinen is by Patrick Joensuu. On the early goings, it was a second, third chance effort that found the puck by. It's the only one that slid by number one. As he holds that one on for a face-off and some exchanging of cultures as we gather in the goal crease. Our second stop at HN Live through Truro, Nova Scotia. We were here a couple years ago for the Junior A World Challenge. Maritime people are about as great as they come in Canada. Biased, that's my opinion, and the opinion of our friend Eric Serkey, my camera guy as well. And all of us at HN Live. We love our Maritime folks. More on that in a bit. Flipped up, puck in the air in front of the Finns bench. It's a good heads-up play by the Canadian forward Blake Chorney. Called a number of his games throughout his great young hockey career. Here come the Finns in, trying to get the give and go on the backside. And puck just flipped up on Karialati. The Helsinki native almost had a clear path to the Canadian net. Each group changing. Long lead feed picked off by Norman. Norman dances in for Canada. Backdoor feed interrupted. Pace picking up here early. Sirkin bumped. Gets it again. Sirkin fires. Nice save by Heikkinen. And the Finns now play it off the glass, down and out. Can always tell game one, a little tentative, trying to feel each other out. Ryan McDonald told me, international officiating, you always want to get a feel for what it's like. As we hit the media timeout, we'll step aside shortly and return to Truro, Nova Scotia for the Under-17 World Challenge.
It's one of the fiercest rivalries in all of sport. The unmatched thrill of play for your country. It's the clash of hometown heroes. The unsurpassed skill of international stars. It's Canada versus the United States. The experience unforgettable. Be there when our rivalry continues. Get your tickets at hockeycanada.ca.
At Source for Sports, we fit skates for everyone from first-timers to first-liners. These Source-exclusive Bauer Supreme Matrix skates are built for power and top-end speed. We actually just fit a pair for Baranovich.
Whoa, these are for Baranovich?
Baranovich? Baranovich?
He needed specific footbeds and a blade profile for his style of play. Mr. Baranovich.
Hey Adam, are my skates ready?
Got him right here.
Thanks, Adam.
Ryan McDonald, the head coach of Team Canada Red, told me before the game that those pre-tournament action on Friday night is a good way to get a feel for the group. Obviously, I'll play a lot with them, and said just to get a feel for how the game is officiated, getting a look at the roster, just talked about the privilege it was just to work with this program, and was an assistant last year with Team Canada White, won a gold medal, now gets to be the head coach of the Prince Albert Raiders in the Western Hockey League, and we had crossed paths prior. Always nice to get an opportunity to chat with some of these great folks. A privilege it is to work along with Hockey Canada. Back underway here in Truro, Nova Scotia, as Canada Red out to a 1-0 lead. Dave Dawson here on HMLive.ca. Cross ice feed for Chase Sirkin, TELUS Cup champion. Last time we saw him on HN Live, Sean Mullen, him and Maddox Schultz won that in BC, and he's out in front trying to get a shot on, and he's off to a tremendous start in his Western Hockey League career with the Brandon Wheat Kings. Cripps now. And behind Sirkin. Off the official, it takes a weird bounce right in front of the Canadian zone. Lucky for them, they're able to escape momentarily, but the Finns hungry for it. Aggressive on the forecheck again. Finnish head coach Marko Kauppinen told me before the game that can't give up a lot of the front of the ice, the open ice, to Team Canada. They'll want to get into the front of the net and score pretty quickly. Nice moves on the penetration. It's Vohioki, Otto Vohioki. Wasn't able to get a shot away, and Brock Englund now. Nice move, Englund penetrates, Englund's in, draws a penalty. Good hard effort by the Canadian forward. I've seen a lot of Brock Englund back to when he was a 13-year-old at the Rocky Mountain Classic and watched him develop through Edge School. More on him a little bit later on as you see finish forward, head to the penalty box, and Team Canada will head back to the power play. 0 for 1 so far. It's Matthew Joseph and company. We'll get some direction from the official. Joseph, the Montreal product. 10 points through 12 games already in the queue for St. John's. Had 56 points in 42 games last year for College Esther Blondin. Morata walks in, looking for the give and go. Box collapses quickly, trying to go high as the goalie goes down. Nice save, Cripps. Sends it across, activates, fires, blocked again. That's about the 4th shot block in the power play for Team Finland. Joseph delivers, tipped again. Good positioning by Team Finland. Trying to work it low to high. Morata, Cripps calling for it. Another shot block. Warren drops it for Morata. Morata back at the line for Cripps. Cripps, cross ice feed, Joseph, Cripps. Joseph wants it back, the captain. Joseph, more on him in a little bit. High praises from his coach so far. Backdoor feed right there. Shot block again. Puck out in front and cleared. Maybe a 1-minute penalty. No, it'll be a 2. As interference, the call official right there. Glenn Gulletson, NHL coach. This is my good friend Peter Labardius. He'll be joining us later in the week. Talked about the 1-minute penalty that just along the line without actually getting called. But no, enough of an interference call that'll bring us to 4-on-4. Our volunteer Mike right on top of it. Appreciate him helping us out today. Good, strong Nova Scotia handshake. He's here for the last tournament as well. Happy to have him helping out again. Lead feed. Canada's back in. It's 4-on-4 now for about 40 seconds. Hard contact on Brock Englund. Backdoor feed right there. Didn't get a lot on it. Great vision from Englund. I gave him the nickname Mr. Two-Way about 3 years ago in Calgary's Edge School. And here he goes, one way up the ice. Misfired on it. Cleaning up the mess, though, is Carter. Didn't get a clean shot. Now we go two ways, back and forth. And England sweeps by. Chucks it up to DeLille. And he'll restart, as it'll be penalty kill time for Team Canada Red. Finland trying to hunt the puck out so they can get set up on the power play. And it'll be cleared down the ice, which they can do, on a player disadvantage. Power play number 2 for Finland, if I believe I said that already. As they enter, Nicholas Helpy. Puck goes over top. He scores! Franz Cariolati carried it to the screen in front, ripped it top shelf, and Finland ties it up. Nice shot by number 13, and waited for the traffic to develop in front. Off the bar and in. Kokkonen trying to play it back in. Blake Chorney might have a free puck on a breakaway. He's in. He scores! A giant goal from the Vancouver Western Hockey League product as Chorney puts Canada Red right back out in front. Nipawins, Saskatchewan's Blake Chorney. Their first round, 10th overall pick back in 2024. Saskatoon Blazer alum put that guy in all alone. I've seen it happen back to Northern Alberta Extreme and Edmonton's prep school. He can do it. So can this guy, and they go in again. Nice save by Heikkinen. Canadians right back on it after giving up a power play goal against. As the captain, Joseph. Now numbers for Finland, 4-on-2. Kokkonen trying to play it across. Cripps got a stick down not once but twice. As Joseph try and twig it along. Finland's changing, so Sirkin will chase it down and put it in behind and allow his group to get some fresh personnel on the ice as well. Sirkin an assist on the early goal. No penalty call coming there as play will continue. Speed picking up here as Dufour puts on the brakes, drops it off return. Dufour now fans on it and trips his man up, and that'll put Mirko Dufour to the penalty box. Finland vacates the goal, and they'll be heading to power play number 3. It's all Dufour could do. His younger brother Matteo, starting his career out, has been playing for Edge School's under 15 prep program in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League. Did their tournament of the Rebels Fall Classic about a month ago. Kokkonen. One-timer off the draw, glove save. Puck cleared out of the way, into the corner, not out though. Canadians now on second effort are able to chip it out. It's Englund. And Kokkonen is back on with DeLille. As F1 trying to force him back on his heels. England sweeps through as well. Max DeLille, the Owen Sound first round pick, 5th overall. 108 points last year for Toronto in 16 AAA. Finland breaks in, shot on. Steered away, and they're on the attack. Torvinen. Kokkonen. Down low, looking for the return feed. Minute to go on their power play. They're 1 for 2 so far in the contest. Kokkonen. Cross ice one time, just chipped it. Got underneath it a little bit too much, delivered it over the goal. Kokkonen fired, blocked by England. Rebound picked up by the Finns. They continue in front, just misfired off the heel of the stick. Kokkonen delivers it, he scores! Lenny Kokkonen, the Karpat Under-20 program. A pair of goals through a screen from the point have tied this game up. Another power play goal for Team Finland. Seems to be the method that's worked for the Finns. And I mean, you see it at all levels of hockey. The pros for sure. You don't need a lot of mustard on it. If you're gonna rip it from the blue line, just get traffic in front, find a soft spot, confuse the goalie, take his eyes away. As Edgar brings it in for Canada, Vitch. It's knocked off it a little bit. Canadians control. Carter up over top of the goal. Jorney, the goal today, finishes his check. Finns bring it in. Sent in behind the goal by Karjalainen. He has the first goal, delivers a hit to the wrong color jersey. Vitch in 4-on-2, return feed behind Vitch. Maybe surprised him more than anything. Very entertaining start to the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge, the 32nd annual. Finland, their 149th game in the tournament. Second most games all time out of any program. And 5 medals. Finished 5th last year. They love to change that in 2025. Tate, also a TELUS Cup champion. Up to his teammate Sirkin. Well, teammate last year, not teammates anymore. Well, they are today, if you know what I mean. I think you kind of got the undertone of that. 70 seconds remaining in period number 1. Will be joined by a member of Team Finland at the conclusion of period 1. Shot steered into the glass by 410. And Joseph gets a stick to ensure that it comes out of the zone, but it gets sent back in by Cripps. Cripps just prepares for the contact as Joseph sidesteps, slides through. The group that connected on Canada's first goal almost had another. And put them back on their heels. Each group making some changes. Great pace to the opening period. We'll see how it finishes as Santala sweeps through center. Waiting for it. Now they get it to him. One of the players his head coach told me to keep your eyes on for this contest today. Bouncing puck at the line. Maybe one more chance for Canada before the end of the period. DeLille drops it off England. Opens up the hips. Knocked down, swept into the corner. And that'll pretty much do it for period number 1. Shots on goal unofficially. 13-6 in favor of Canada Red, and they lead. And they don't lead. It's tied. Finland tied with a late power play goal. 2 power play goals, as we will be joined by a member of Team Finland at the end. We come back from a short break. This is the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge on HNLive.ca. 2-2 the score through 20 minutes of play. Now joined by Finnish forward Luca Sontala. Luca, what do you like about your group's play in the opening 20?
Well, we skated hard and we're checking and forechecking. We just want to play our own game.
You seem to have some success on the power play. What was working for your team in the opening period?
Yeah, we moved our puck fast and yeah.
Is there something your team wants to improve on in period 2?
Just play our own game and stick with the puck and keep it to ourselves.
Luca, appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Luca Sontala, Team Finland. We'll be back to Truro, Nova Scotia. We'll take a short break and we return to the Under-17 World Challenge.
So his success has been due to team success, due to the program and the support that he's getting both on and off the ice.
When your top player works as hard as he does, I mean, it's hard not to work alongside him. So he leads by example, and he's just a good teammate. He makes everybody around him better.
He's had a hockey stick like most Canadian kids in his hand. As soon as he could hold something, it was a hockey stick. And our basement is battered, and our living room is battered. Our whole house is battered because he's had one there, and that's been a priority for him. And it's been fun watching him year after year elevate his game to a new level and have a new challenge. And I think that compete kind of drives it for him.
Schultz to the net, score!
Maddox has always been a mature kid. He's always been eager to play with the older kids. He's been eager to play up. He's been eager to put himself in a situation where kids are bigger, stronger, faster.
Slowly progressing throughout the year and developing into the league. I think it's been real good, but you know, it's the start of a new beginning, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to this tournament.
He had an opportunity to meet Connor Bedard, being in Regina with Bedard being a Regina Pat for 3 years. You get to see how your heroes handle themselves. You realize if it ever comes to you, if you're lucky enough to have that come to you, you got a role to play for the next generation of Canadian kids.
He gets a lot of attention that he rightfully deserves, but I mean, he's a modest kid. I mean, he's a team first guy, and that's what's really impressive. He does the right things all the time, so like, wherever he goes, he's gonna excel.
I think you just got to take it day by day, stuff that's going to come in the future. So yeah, I think I've been doing a pretty good job of it so far.
Being here at the TELUS Cup at the National Championship is such a great way to finish the season. It's kind of the culmination of all the games put together, so we're hoping it goes well.
And a shot, scored! The hat trick for Maddox Schultz. What a debut at the TELUS Cup.
I grew up playing minor hockey at Killarney. I was about, I think, 8 or 9 years old when I first started, and I instantly fell in love with goaltending because of the gear, the helmets, the pads. I was in, so I think it was one ice time before I went in net. I just loved it. I struggled, as you can imagine, as being a goaltender in my first time with all that gear, but it was an amazing experience and one that just drew me in. I'd met some amazing coaches, some coaches that really inspired me and helped develop me. Through those experiences, I was able to, accomplish a few things, like get into the BC Best Ever program and play for the BC Winter Games and do some pretty cool stuff that way. After coming back from university, I got into a job, just everyday life, got into it. But I felt like I lost a part of myself. I think a lot of athletes kind of go through that when things come to an end, and I thought, why not get into goalie coaching and keep myself involved.
For you young goalies, a lot of what you learn in sports is something you will take into real life.
I started off literally from the bottom as far as coaching, starting my own company, creating a brand. Thankfully, I was able to continue to get through those times and network myself as I started growing, getting these amazing opportunities, whether it's the NHL Coach Association or the AHL Mentorship Program, or working with Team Canada, the women's national team. Was, all those things were amazing. And then being in BC, having the ask to work with the POE program, which is the Performance of Excellence, the Team BC, males and female, just to help on the goalie side of things. It's been phenomenal.
Joey's had a huge impact on me personally. I mean, every day he shows up to the rink with positivity, with a smile. He wants the best for us. He wants to help us reach our full potential. And I think every day, I try and instill some of those values into my life. He's always learning. He's always trying to make himself better and make his goalies better. And I think that's something that you can't teach.
Getting to see some of the, the athletes that I've worked with since they were 7, and then they go to get a university scholarship or go on to play for Team Canada on U Sports, and then to see them just grow from what they were to who they are now, it's always amazing, because the relationships that we build along the way, their journey, they go on for a lifetime.
What does the puck see now? The whole net. You got it.
His positivity and his personality. I think like bringing a really awesome personality into coaching really helps like self-confidence for a goaltender. As the goaltender goes on, he plays more games, get into higher level stuff. And the same thing with the coach too. Like you have to be able to adapt to the player, adapt to the goalie, adapt with the coach as well too. So I think Joey's done an awesome job throughout the years being able to do that for myself.
We won a championship in 2021 with him. So he brings a high level of intelligence to the game, but he's also quite brilliant in how he interacts with the players. He's just loving his job. He's loving it day to day. You know, whether he's working with junior kids or tight 5-year-olds, right? Every time that I see him on the ice, he's big smile on his face. He's bringing the energy. He's fun to have around.
All right, let's make some noise. Here we go, starting lineup. Let's go!
I got involved in blind hockey in 2014. I was up for it. I thought, yeah, absolutely. It's only gonna make me a better coach. If I can help a visually impaired person, I'm sure it's gonna help me find other ways to be able to help sighted athletes as well. I know what sports brought to my life and how it's enriched my life, and I know how it can enrich others. So making an impact with these athletes and these individuals, knowing what their life is like without sport.
Way to go, Black. Way to go, Black.
If you can give people an opportunity to fall in love with the game and you have the avenues to do so, I think you should. And I think Joey would second that. I think that's what he's trying to do, is he's trying to grow the love of the game. It's cool to see the multicultural aspect of hockey, especially in Canada, how that's growing. And he's able to reach out to a lot of players that some of us couldn't. He's doing a great job of it.
For me, hockey has given me a lot of life skills. I meet amazing people. Ever since playing it, I've met people I would never meet. I've been to places I probably would never have been. I've had experiences that I would never have. And it's only made me a better person. But yeah, I love the game. I love being competitive. I love having a chance to go out and win something and bringing people together where it's a community, a team, a whole nation. I love it all.
Hi, I'm Willa, and I'm here with
Dean Smith, Chair of Diversity and Inclusion with Hockey Nova Scotia. And we're happy to be here to celebrate 130 years since the establishment of the Colored Hockey League of the Maritimes. To see community come out as strong as they have to celebrate this weekend has been nothing short of amazing.
Shall we go skating? I like your jacket. So bright. Woo! Look at him.
Seeing a bunch of people out here that look like us today, it means a lot. It warms you up to hear the stories and be with the people, and then hear the history of people that you didn't know.
This is a weekend of firsts. We're celebrating the very first game of the Colored Hockey League of the Maritimes, which happened on February 27th in 1895. We're celebrating the first all-black line to play in AUS hockey, which was the St. Mary's University line of Percy Paris, Bob Dawson, and Daryl Maxwell. And we're celebrating a first for our memorial game. We have an all-female line, and you are part of that female line, as well as Evie Rothenberg and Charlotte Ardain. And we're very excited to see that first shift that you put in, so you better bring it.
Good game. Good game, you guys. Good game.
Team Finland has tied things up with a pair of power play goals. Welcome back to Truro, Nova Scotia. It's the Millbrook First Nation Arena inside the Rath East Link Community Center at hnlive.ca. My name's Dave Dawson. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on day one of the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge. Canada scored early. 40 seconds into the contest, Alexei Joseph from Murata and Serkan. Finns tied it up on the power play. Karjalahti at 14-10 from Liljeberg and Kiamala. 20 seconds later, Blake Chorney on a breakaway for Team Canada made it 2-1. And then Kokonen from Sontala, our interview guest at the end of the period, tied it up again on the power play, 17:06 to make it 2-2. Last meeting between these two groups last tournament. 3-1. Canada won that one in the preliminaries in 2024. And we're underway for period number 2. Eric Serkey, my camera guy. Murata on the wraparound. He scores! That took no time at all. 12 seconds, and Canada regains the lead. It's 3-2. The Scarborough, Ontario native, Flint Firebird, on the wraparound early. A goal and 6 points in league play in the Ontario Hockey League. Michigan State commit, one of 2 NCAA commits on this Canada Red roster. And before I could even get my introductions in, before you finish getting back to your seat from having lunch, breakfast, dinner, wherever you are, Canada on the attack again, 2-on-1. Murata looking for Joseph in front, takes the support behind the goal. Serkan, down low for Joseph, line is changing. Cripps patrols the right point, in front all alone. Joseph through the legs, he scores! Highlight reel goal, Alexei Joseph, 45 seconds in, and they're up 2-0. Malfunction in the junction in the Finnish zone, and finishing things off with his second of the contest as the first overall pick. Head coach Ryan McDonald told me, he said the big lanky forward is just a great presence to be around. He'll play in all aspects of the game. Great leader. Can finish well, and he's got 2 here. 2 goals, 33 seconds apart for Canada Red to begin period 2. And a torrid start to the second frame. Bang. Contact on Dalil. Kiamala plays it to the far wall, and the Finns aren't able to author any offense. Dalil trying to penetrate through the defensive wall. Second effort, frees it up in front, and a penalty call coming to Finland. That's all they could do. Good penalty to take. Another D-zone breakdown. Cam Warren all alone in front in the blue ice. Great spot to deposit it. Instead, he falls flat on his chest due to the hooking call, and Finland to the penalty box. Penalized player number 9, Joon Lehtinen. Canada 0 for 2 in the power play so far. It's all right though, they've scored in bunches. Murata from the line, they put it on. Steered away by Heikkinen. Serkan now. Murata trying to fish it out. Below the goal line. Stopped, blown tire. Great job keeping it in by the captain, Joseph. Serkan negotiates, or excuse me, that's Warren. That's Serkan. Joseph. One-timer faked it. Cripps. Joseph in front. Might have caught a piece of the Finnish defender as it went north of the 4x6. Canada Red again. Close quarters, Murata, pitch and catch. Slipped there momentarily. Trying to move along into the bumper position. A lot of congestion. And the Finns will slap it down. Crip sweeps to pick it up. Canadian Sports School Hockey League superstar, I will call him. Settled in well out of the Western Hockey League. As Carter. As has Carter, and as Carter brings the puck in at the same time. Edgar does a good job preventing the exit. Carter down low in front. Heikkinen got a piece of it. 1 and out, as cleared now. 35 left in the third Canadian power play. Edgar goes cross ice. Swatted down by a high stick onto Canadian goaltender Mathis Fortin, and he sweeps it to the side. Blake Chorney will send it in. Heikkinen along. Chorney trying to pinch it at the wall, can't. Held. Norman fires, looking for short side, just missed the net. Finns out of the box, they might have a break. As Lehtinen, nice recovery by Green, as he was able to prevent the presence up the ice for Finland. Green now tripped up at center, and that is a power play for Finland as the parade of the box continues. Not something you want to do for Finland, no. 2 for 3 on the power play so far. As the player tripped up, heads off the ice, looks to be okay. Franz Karialate. He will turn 16 years old, excuse me, in 18 days. Happy early birthday to him. I like to get the birthday stuff in. Some people not a fan. I am, though. I like my birthday, and I like it when it gets celebrated. Around behind the goal. Not going to bring you into my trauma at all. McLaughlin at the line, held by the Finns. Misfired on the initial offering to the point. Now down low again. Koikkinen looking for the quick feed. Nice recovery. Santella, slippery on the near wall. Back to the line on his offhand. Koikkinen. They'll look to switch for the 1T into the bumper. Nice back check. Played perfectly by the Canadian. Back checking forward. John McLaughlin. Great job with a stick. Or else that might have been a 4-3 hockey game. Good heads up play by 2-7. Finns are back in again. Backdoor feed and another great stick. This time Boston Tate, the Estevan, Saskatchewan native. And up comes Canada's Brock England. Boy, he can turn on the Jets early, can he? And quickly. Always loved watching him, the Airdrie native, the Seattle Thunderbird of the Western Hockey League. Finland back in again on the man advantage. 45 seconds remaining there. Shot blocked by England. 2-4. Hard battle there. His former Edge School teammate in Calgary. At the line. Liljeberg puts it and misfires on the one-timer. And England at the end of a shift will just pitchfork it down as Heikkinen's out to settle it for his teammate. 20 seconds left in the Finland power play, which they're 2 for 3 so far. 2 early goals for Canada to begin period 2. 33 seconds apart before it's a minute old. And that's where we stand in goal scoring in the second frame. On the entry, good stick. Broken play and almost allowed the Finns a chance at the goal. Murata's out of the box, though. He gets the puck and tries to exit and can't. Finland down low. Splits the C and goes back into their zone. First one on it is Joona Lehtinen. 4 games and under 16 international last year. And Murata up now for Canada has the earliest goal. 12 seconds into the period. Sent down and Carter as goalie for Team Canada. Mathis Fortin puts his glove on it. Haven't talked a lot about him at all. It's not a lot of pucks, only 1 shot so far, 7 in total. The Lorraine, Quebec native. He's a Drummondville 3rd-round pick in 2025. 55th overall as he and the official have a little chit-chat. So we get set up for The face-off inside his zone. Joseph with a pair. On the win, tries to get it up to Serkan. Norman to Serkan. It'll head back inside the Canadian zone is number 11. Plays it along Murata. And the tennis ball street hockey pass up in the air will put himself offside as Chase Serkan gets administered into the glass, and a bit of a conversation there. Number 11, Chase Serkan, the Regina, Saskatchewan native. 19 points already in 11 games of the Brandon Wheat Kings. And again, TELUS Cup last year, won that one in overtime. 12 points, had a goal there. We got a first look at him on HNLive.ca a couple years ago in a U15 tournament in Edmonton where he and Maddox Schultz, when Maddox was a 13-year-old, put up some tremendous numbers. Now back on the airwaves again in a tremendous international tournament. We're so grateful for our relationship with Hockey Canada. Our family at HN Live, company president Corey Bro and company are off in Newfoundland right now for the Women's Under-18 National Championship, a provincial and regional tournament. Not sure why I added another N in provincial. It's provincial, not provincial. Probably won't say that again. Anyway, that's where they are. And we're happy to be along with you here in Nova Scotia. Dumped into the zone as the Canadians off the glass. Stopped at the line. Contact and a solid one of that by McLaughlin. Liked his game so far. Back check on the shorthanded opportunity. This air quotes fourth line for Canada as McLaughlin misses an 80s hip check. The Finns on the attack in the O-zone. Kariolate. Eric and I carried a latte into the rink today. Kariolate with the puck. He's got a goal already. Firing and shot blocked on the rebound. Nice contact as 13 puts one on short side for Tana to be sharp. Stopped outside the zone. And Canadians will dump it in. Each group will change. Couple minutes shy of the media timeout and been a good pace already in this contest. In front, DeLille. Solid shot. Not sure he realized that he had a little bit more time. Got another look at that. Might have taken one extra step. Down low, Norman. DeLille going to take it away from him. Good forecheck here from the Canadian forecheck. Warren, excuse me, not Norman. Cross ice for DeLille, calling for it. A little bit ahead, and he'll head off on a change at the end of his shift. Good shift there for that group in red and white. Torvinen, opposite corner dump. Good wheels there by 26 for Finland. Vohioki, Otto Vohioki. He sits in front, looking for the puck. He has a chance at it. It's free. Official in great position. And Canada's Warren will sweep it out with Chorney after it. Poikela. And that'll be offside as the official will blow it dead. So we have a look at number 18 for Canada. It's Benjamin Vitch. St. John's, Newfoundland native, not too far from here. Plays for that Newfoundland Regiment team. There's 4 points there, 2 goals. His 5th overall pick back in 2025. 21 goals and 42 points for York and 16 AAA last year for Vitch. As Niemanen off the drop. Finns will bring it in. Good defensive play there by Cripps already. Been really impressed with him so far. As happens where most of these are first-round picks in major junior teams. So pretty easy to get impressed with a lot of these players. And of course, the international teams, high-level part of their international programs as well. Koikkonen. Finns doing some work in the O-zone, not able to continue down low, and Canada will have to ice it. Hard battle for position. Maybe a little bit extra, and they're both going to get a penalty call from it. Benjamin Vitch and I believe the Finnish player Roni Kasarvi. He's asking for an explanation from the official, the Tampere, Finland native. 5-on-5 it will be, so just a hard battle on an icing. One second shy of the media timeout, so we'll have to wait till the next one. So it's not 4-on-4, so we'll likely get it. Saying that more than anything to let my cameraman Eric circulate that, but sometimes I just say what's on my mind. Anyway, off the draw. Give it the cross ice feed, nicely broken up. Cleared out of the zone. Good stick on it by Brock Cripps. Victoria, BC, and he creates the turnover. Cripps now. Wade, short side shot. Aikinen, good save. Good vision by 23 in red. Putting the puck on net. Before that, breaking up the play. Finland trying to activate into the zone. Murata not allowing him any real estate at all. 28 for Canada, steps up and activates. Canada making some changes is Murata. After it, now Serkan. Norman wants it, fires in front of it, got a decent shot away. Hakinen's down, puck loose on the side. Canada recovers. Norman again from distance and glove down by Team Finland. We'll take a break and come back to Truro, Nova Scotia for the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge.
Hockey is more than a sport. It builds self-esteem, teamwork, and lifelong friendships.
I just wouldn't be me if it wasn't for hockey, and I think if I lost that, I think I'd lose a big part of me.
Without the Hockey Canada Foundation Assist Fund, thousands of kids like Lamar won't be able to access the game. Donate now to help us ensure every child across Canada has the chance to play.
From a first game to their biggest game. From ESSO medals to gold medals. We are dedicated to Canada's game.
Hit it!
Team Finland actually spent an extra day it took them to get here because of Hurricane Melissa. Their head coach told me stranded in the airport. There were actually a bunch of people from quite a few flights. He had mentioned 2,000. I don't know if that's official or not, but just talked about the difficulty we went through and weather being a factor. But we are here and glad to be here. And we are through media timeout in the second period. Shot on, pad save by Heikkinen. He's been the busier of the two tendies. 18 shots to 7 unofficially, favoring Canada as a broken stick puts them down 4.5 momentarily. Able to clear it out though. And fresh twig, fresh skater. Joseph with a pair. In front, Murata, nice move. He scores! Murata double dips. Canada, biggest lead of the game, it's 5-2. Great job on the re-entry, the urgency as Finland was trying to regroup after a player broke his stick. Found Murata all alone in front. Shifty play, pops it up under the shoulder. And Charlie Murata's got two, the Scarborough, Ontario native. As Warren Chips it up to England. England now in front, broken up. That might have been another one in back-to-back. Canada exploding. Lenny Kokkonen got a stick on it. Kokkonen tries to bring it over, but they had a tag up on the offside call now. DeLille down the wing. England looks, cross-ice feed. What a save, rebound, and another couple of great saves by the Finnish netminder to keep his team in it. How much of a difference did that make? A 4-goal deficit, almost nearly difficult to recover from. We'll see if that'll settle the Finns in here a little bit. Whatever that media timeout speech was from Ryan McDonald and company seems to put some juice in the Canadian forwards. And they're flying. Mirko Dufour, he can fly. The Rocky View, Alberta native. Member of the Everett Silvertips in the Western Hockey League, and they're off to another great start here. Goal through 6 games. The Edge School alum in Calgary. 24 goals there last year. He was the 19th overall pick in the Western League for Everett back in 2024. Canadians off the draw. Breakout with pace again through center. Garapi. Dufour. Will keep it down low. Administered into the end glass. Antoine Provencher was able to free it up, and what a game for Cripps as he keeps it in again. And Fugelberry trying to start something offensively for Finland here. Maybe it'll happen on this rush. Steer to the outside. Sirialainen couldn't get a shot away. Cripps looking to protect the puck. Allows Canada to move forward, and Heikkinen. Cripps holds it in at the line again. Sirialainen, D to D for Kuya Kisjärvi. Knocked down for a high stick. Lilia Berry. It's waved off. Tate. Stretch pass, tape to tape. Canada's out, Edgar. Good edge work as Edgar steered to the outside and behind the goal. Finland now, pace picking up. Here we go, and Truro on the highway to Halifax. Lilia Berry, blocker side, couldn't bury it, it goes wide. 6 remaining, period 2. Next goal will be a big one if it comes off of a white jersey. Maybe changes the game a little bit here. Was 2-2 through 20 minutes, 3 straight for Canada Red. Picked off, and up comes Vitch. Lettinen trying to skate through Carter's stick. Joseph wants it. Another clear path to the goal would give him a hat trick potentially as Helpy. His helper gets blockered away by the Canadian netminder, Mathis Fortin. Sliced along. Finland got something going here. Let's see what they can muster. Kokkonen, D to D. Taken away in the feet momentarily for Serkan, and he'll flip sauce it to the left. And his teammates' feet will go off on a change as Serkan finishes his check, and Finland will headman it out. Canada got the opening goal less than a minute in. Hard hit is, that was a big one from Green on Poikela. As Finland back in again, but can't muster any offense. A little bit of zone time, but they're not getting shots on goal. Canada Red defensively, very, very sound so far. 2 shots on goal this period for Team Finland unofficially. 21-8 so far, with 4:25 remaining in the period. Green Dances in, Warren, cross ice, Dufour, he scores! What can Mirko do for you? They'll give you a 4-goal lead, and Canada's rolling. Everett Silvertip sniper squeaks in, puts the backhander cheddar. As the kids say, 6 goals on 23 shots. Canada red in the driver's seat. Garris in his feet. McLaughlin there to help out. Krebs chips it along. Dumped in, Garapi's on it. McLaughlin. And a penalty call coming to McLaughlin. A little bit too aggressive with the twig. As Finland's in offside, they'll get power play number 5 in the contest. They're 2 for 4 so far. It worked for them in the opening period. So they'll get an opportunity. And McLaughlin's confused. He's like, what? Where's the penalty? Got the stick horizontal, which will put Finland to their man advantage. Ilya Berry in the dot for Team Finland. Lines up against Alexei Joseph. Joseph right back onto his goalie. Creates a little bit of traffic in front as well. The Under-17 World Challenge. Such a great sample size of what potentially each country's World Junior Hockey team can look like in the coming years. Superstars that have come through here, incredible over the years. 23 players of the 32 teams in the first round of the NHL last year were picked. 23 players who played in this tournament that were picked in the first round last year. Insane. Into the backdoor feed, good stick. Didn't allow it to get through. It was Owen Hayden, Kelowna Rockets product. A rangy defenseman, doink, that one catches iron. Some more pucks towards the goal. Ilya Berry. Carriolate couldn't get a solid shot on it, was blocked, unable to get it. Ilya Berry at the line, trying to flip it, might be a lead feed for Joseph. Toe drags, delivers one, rebound, and Heikkinen had to be sharp laterally as Joseph, it was behind him a little bit. The captain might have had a hat trick again. Pre-tournament action, he got one of those. Won't be the last one he scores in his hockey career. That I can prognosticate. Turnover, England, right there shorthanded. Living in Western Canada myself, in the province of Alberta, where England has played a lot of his hockey. On HN Live, I've had the privilege of doing a lot of his games. So I'll finish that thought in a second. As England watches that go by at the line, deflected just wide. 15 seconds left in the power play for Finland. Under 100 to go in period 2. Period 2 has been great for the group in red. A lot of offense and a lot of capitalizing at the line. Deflected in front. This is how the Finns have scored their previous 2. Traffic in front, shots in the point. Penalized players out over the head of McLaughlin. Frantilla forced behind his goal. Blake Chorney looks on. There's one today. Chorney stops it. Finns back in again. Centering feed. Oh, dangerous there. Cripps had to knock it into midair. He gets it again. Active. As Edgar takes a peek and sees what's there and almost found his man, but Helpy came back to break it up. 4-on-3, the Finns sweep through neutral. Frantilla, zipper, blocker save. Pace now accelerating here at the end of period 2. Here comes Canada Red. Edgar leads the charge down the left wing side, broken up though, as the Canadians retreat momentarily to cover up some of that free ice. Finland now, maybe one last break with 10 to go as they cross the blue and taken away by Canada. And up to Warren. Warren trying to feather it in front. Heikkinen has that go off of his stick. And that's the end of the second. 4 goals for Canada Red as they are in the driver's seat through 20 minutes of play, 40 minutes of play. We will come back with a member of Team Canada Red after the break. This is the Under-17 World Challenge on hnlive.ca. Commanding 6-2 lead for Team Canada Red through 40. Brock Cripps joins us. Brock, what's worked so well for your group today?
Yeah, I think we're playing north today. We're really getting pucks behind them and getting them forecheck, so I think that leads to our success here in the first 2 periods.
You've had a big part of allowing your group to have pucks going north with your active stick. How much do you enjoy that part of your game to create turnovers and help your team out going forward?
Yeah, it's something I definitely try to do when I'm always on the ice, have a good stick so the other team can't get by us, and I try to generate offense as much as I can for my team.
Brock, what does it mean to wear that maple leaf on your chest?
Yeah, it's definitely a huge honor getting to represent your country and just playing in front of a bunch of these fans. And when I was younger, I always dreamed about playing for Team Canada, so it's a dream come true.
Appreciate your time, young man. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, Brock Cripps says dream come true so far, and a pretty dreamy start for Canada Red. Can't complain with that. A 4-goal lead in period 3. We'll step aside and return to Truro, Nova Scotia shortly on hnlive.ca.
Luca. He is a funny little boy. He's very creative, and he's always helping others when he sees that they need a hand up. He learns online through homeschool. So coming to hockey he's so excited to come to see his friends, to be with the boys, and just have that sense of friendship.
This is my first year coaching Luca. Started out real quiet, but has gained his voice in the dressing room and has become more comfortable with the kids that he's around, and that's what it's about, making some new friends and being comfortable out there.
Luca began Learn to Skate when he was 3 years old, and he did 2 years of Learn to Skate. And when he had that hockey stick in his hand, he was ready to play.
He brings energy, he brings hustle, he brings an intensity. Hockey is a fast-paced game, and Luca has certainly developed as a hockey player, but I think he's coming along as a young man as well.
If you are able to find a way to the rink and knowing that you can apply for a grant like this, it's step one. Getting an assist from Hockey Canada has really helped our family and will help yours. Just come and try out and come and apply for the team. and the rest is gold. Just you can do this.
Any program like the Hockey Canada Assist Fund that can take away some of those financial barriers, it allows kids to get the same opportunity as some of their peers that they wouldn't have otherwise had.
The Hockey Canada Assist Fund allowed Luca to be doing what he loves and being with friends and being with kids and having fun.
It's really fun. If you don't have a lot of friends, you can make more friends and maybe score some goals and have fun.
He's learned to believe in himself, and he's become confident in his ability to do what he needs to do out there. Also, he's become more confident with the coaches. I hope Luca's hockey journey is fun. That's what this game is all about.
Thank you, Hockey Canada Foundation, for giving me an assist.
We're getting the national women's team in sleds. We're gonna do a quick little tutorial for them. Dixie's gonna show them how to get in. New wheels, new wheels. Yeah.
First of all, thanks for agreeing to do this. It should be pretty fun.
These straps are crissy-crossy, applesaucey.
So you kind of want to start onto one edge and then kind of slide into it. Yeah.
A nice narrow one.
Life's good.
And then when you shoot, you kind of just watch.
Hard part. Very humbling. It's like we're experiencing the dream today. I'm scared. Woo!
You can tell they're athletes, that's for sure. Some of them are doing pretty well, some of them not so well.
I'm still working on the stop.
They're taking a liking to the contact, that's for sure.
I forgot the stick head. The stick had like little things on it. What do you do when you get the puck?
You can't. Skating wasn't bad, but it was with the puck was really hard. I don't know how they stick handle.
So you can have your feet any height you want?
Yeah, so I have like these two like spacer.
Hopefully my coach isn't watching. She might be taking my spot on the team here. I think there's going to be a bunch of sore hips and shoulders tomorrow, but that's what our training staff's for.
This is sick.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Dear Hockey, thank you.
You're more than just a game. We can always count on you.
From sunrise to well past sunset, you've created lifelong friendships, unforgettable memories, and united our country time and time again.
From lacing up our skates for the first time to falling in love on the ODR.
And scoring a goal that can be heard from coast to coast to coast.
And the greatest part?
The best is yet to come.
Get the game right at your fingertips. The Hockey Canada Network gives coaches and players the tools to excel in all areas of the game. Drills, skill videos, practice plans, and articles from some of the best in the game are available on your Android or iOS device anywhere, anytime.
We at HN Live could not be more grateful to be carriers of Hockey Canada's products, and also very grateful for our friends at Source for Sports. Experience the feeling of getting fit like the pros at your local Source for Sports. Their experts will get you in to the right gear that fits your game. This broadcast brought to you by Source for Sports, and grateful for their relationship. As we are ready for period number 3 on hnlive.ca. Thanks for joining us wherever you're tuning in from. We are live from Truro, Nova Scotia, the Millbrook First Nation Arena at the Rath Eastlink Community Center. For Team Canada Red, 9 different players have points in this hockey game. 2 for Alexi Joseph, 2 for Charlie Murata, Blake Chorney, Mirko Dufour are the rest of the goal scorers for the group in red. For the Finns, their goal scorers are Kokkonen and Karjalainen, and they're looking for one on the way in here. We'll start period 3. As expected, they'd have a little bit of a burr in their saddle to get things moving. Dave Dawson, Eric Serkey, my camera operator and engineer. Mike running the score bug for us, volunteer. Grateful to be here again in Truro. A couple years ago here for the Junior A World Challenge. Tate puts one on, glove down, Heikkinen as he remains between the pipes for the Finnish group. Patrick Joensuu backs him up. Finland will wrap up the preliminary round tomorrow at 3:30 Atlantic time against USA. USA has the day off today, where Sweden and Canada White will play the nightcap at 7:30 Atlantic time. Czechia, the other group, has the day off today as well. So 2-game preliminary round for each group. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, day off, or excuse me, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, day off Wednesday. Quarterfinal Thursday, semifinal Friday, and championships on Saturday. These Canadians looking to penetrate. DeLille wants to keep it deep, slid out back through center. Drops right in front of him like a wet football. Englund. More on him in a little bit. Number 16 in red for Canada as Englund plays it along the wall. Nice move by Warren. Toe drags. Sauce to the point, had to regroup. Didn't like what he saw. Norman zips it back in. Heikkinen watches that go along. Sliced along the wall, held in by Canada Red. DeLille, it drops, fires, he scores! The Blue Jays could have used that kind of home run strike last night. Too soon? I don't know. DeLille makes it 7-2. Hopped up on him, delivered it. Max DeLille, a St. Andrews West, Ontario product. Maybe too soon of a joke for him for sure. 5 points in the OHL so far for Owen Sound. The 5th overall pick in 2025. I think many people were up late watching the Jays game last night, and Eric and I were for sure. Our crew in Newfoundland doing a great job out there for the Women's Under-18 National Championship, and many of the Hockey Canada group and across Canada. Interesting comment from Brandon Crow, their communications manager, said that communications coordinator, should get the title correct. Uniting of the country. Blue Jays did an incredible job, and definitely a salute to them for what they accomplished. Very, very close. Literally a toe on the plate is all that prevented them, and a broken bat. Anyway, this is hockey, not baseball. Chorney, cross ice, whiffed on it. Trying to penetrate through the defense. As Pankama couldn't get solid one on it. Chorney now stands as the game winner, I believe, his 3rd goal. It's McLaughlin creates a turnover, trying to walk inside outside where his group is changing, and the Finnish forward will pick it up and move their offense. Velhonen put back on his heels, and Canada relentless on the forecheck again. Back to retrieve it as Kisjärvi. Finns walk it in. Shot deflected off the stick of Owen Hayden, the defenseman. Big lanky forward as well. 6'7", 206. Promotion in, slides off his stick. Might be a breakaway for Finland. Lead feet ahead. It is. He's got time. And Cripps again recovers from the backside. Our intermission guest talked about how much he just loves that part of the game. Playing good defense to support his forwards. And my goodness, can he do it at a high level? I'll ask Peter Labardius when he gets here in a couple days, but probably won't be the last time he'll wear that red and white jersey. With an under 18 and then an under 20 logo beside it as well. Off the glass, sent down. Icing against Canada Red. So what do the Finns got as a response here? As they're going to get a personnel swap. Marko Kaupinen, 5th place finish last year. Just crazy stats on the Finns. The fact that they played 148 games in the tournament. Second most, scored the 3rd most goals at 565, but only won 5 medals. Something they'd love to change this year. Think of how good Finnish hockey is across the world at all levels. Kind of a head scratcher at the under 17 level. But again, this is the elite of the elite. A lot of great hockey countries out there. Serkan on the turnover, feathers it through to Joseph. He scores! Hat trick goal. Might that be a future World Junior connection and even bigger beyond that? Alexei Joseph from Chase Serkan. 8-2, Team Canada Red. Five goals for St. John's already. .6'4", 203 pounds, 16 years old. Englund up to Warren, in again. DeLille chases it out, Englund on the release, just missed. Carter, back to the line, Tate. Englund head up. Great edge work. Keep the forecheck on. As Englund has a look again in front. Shot is blocked, back into the corner again. Tate. Down low, DeLille. Warren. Canada getting in a change with the pressure down low. Englund is off. And Vitch tags him out. DeLille ties it up along the wall, eats some clock. A huge deficit for Finland. And a great start for Team Canada Red. Torvinen wants to try and add something to this. As Edgar administered into the glass. Chorny trying to fight it out of the feet. And up comes Kuya Kisjärvi. Trying to put it across. Ikonen was there. And Canada's going to break out again. Very, very little zone time presence. Vitch centers it. Owie! Knocked down. That's going to be boarding. And back up to his feet he goes. Thankfully, Peter Green, the Toronto, Ontario native, is all right. Make him pretty tough in Toronto, I tell you. 2 assists for Brampton so far in the OHL. 50 points for Don Mills last year in 16 AAA. He was their 14th overall pick for Brampton in 2025. Penalized player for Finland, Kuya Kisjärvi. Canada to the power play. Haven't tallied with a man advantage yet today. 8 even strength goals for Canada Red. Top Guns out again for Ryan McDonald's group. Lexi Joseph with a hat trick. Moretta. Cripps, one time Joseph, saved by Heikkinen. 29-16 shots now for Canada Red. Cross Moretta. Moretta finds ice in the front, nice save with the toe. Cripps. Feathery pass there to Joseph. Just missed the target, high over the net. Cripps now walks the line. Cripps. Joseph allows him time to recover. Minute left in the power play. Joseph down low, looking for the backdoor feed was Sirkin. Broken up though, and the Finnish player thought about sweeping it ahead from his stomach. And Joseph prevents the exit. Momentarily, Canada changing. Each group, fresh personnel. Carter activates, slides up the ice. Carter puts on the brakes. Hot on the tape. Thing of beauty. Down low. Chorny. Carter fires, and Heikkinen makes a save for Finland. Heikkinen, excuse me, the Kuovala, Finland native. 3 games for Cuckoo's under 20 program this season, 2-1. He's also played a game with the under 17 international group. Finland played with this unit. Their head coach told me a pair of exhibition games against Sweden back in August. Formulated, he told me, about a year ago, and had time to work together. Let me into the team building side of things and the importance of having the right character of players, and naturally at this level, that's equally as important as skill, maybe more. Norman. Down low, backhander. Carter, great save by Heikkinen. No one on the post or on the point though. And it'll force Canada Red to regroup. Norman. Up to Carter, past him, Chorny. Chorny waits, right to England. Those team were foes in U15 for quite a while. Backdoor feed, Carter ripped around. We at HN Live saw them, and again, Western Canadian. I am in a lot of the events we do out there. Carter, Chorny, and England were all 3 different teams in U15 elite tournaments we did on HN Live years ago. And now, as 13 and 14-year-olds, now 16-year-olds in this incredible event. In Truro, Nova Scotia. Chorny chases it down. Therapy. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Chorny falls on it, end of a long shift. Last player on from that line, short side shot. Knocked down, Dufour's got one today, around for Tate. Tate will feather it down low. Pass Dufour. Up to Boykella. Finns enter again, very few zone time in period 3. Backdoor feed is there! And Lilia Berry was behind him. Maybe if he was a right-hand shot, might have had a chance at a tap in, but he had to reach behind that long reach and try to go cross crease again. And now a turnover in the D zone. Garapi trying to bring it out front for Dufour. Garris stops it. Joaquin Garris, another Edge School alum from Calgary in Western Canada. Ontario, the province represented the most out of the 2 Canadian teams. As no one's surprised, Ontario has produced elite hockey players year after year after year after year in professional hockey. DeLille fires just over top. As the native of Ontario was almost able to get him closer to double digits. Finland breaks in again. Garris gets a good stick on it. Right side feed for Jaakko. Good second effort. Santella trying to support. Blows a tire. He was helped. It's going to be a penalty. Power play coming to Finland. Net is empty. Extra attacker on for the group in white. Koikkonen sweeps through on the screen, and a good save by the Canadian netminder, which will put Finland to their 6th power play of the contest when we come back to Truro, Nova Scotia. This is the Under-17 World Challenge on HNLive.ca.
Canada is golden!
Women's hockey is on the rise in Canada.
They score!
Don't miss the moment. Team Canada returns to the spotlight to defend gold. And fans across the country rise as one. The 2026 IIHF U18 Women's World Championship is coming to Cape Breton, January 10th to 18th. See the rise. Tickets are on sale now at hockeycanada.ca.
At Source for Sports, we fit skates for everyone from first-timers to first-liners. These Source-exclusive Bauer Supreme Matrix skates are built for power and top-end speed. We actually just fit a pair for Baranovich.
Whoa, these are for Baranovich?
Baranovich? Baranovich?
He needed specific footbeds and a blade profile for his style of play. Mr. Baranovich.
Hey Adam, are my skates ready?
Got him right here.
Thanks, Adam.
Join the HN Live family with its new video platform,
Peter Green, one of 16 Ontario players, more than any province represented between the two Canada programs. Alberta has 8, as Canada Red enjoying an 8-2 score right now as Brock England and Mirko Dufour, as they're finishing the final cleaning of the ice. England, I mentioned before, did a tournament at Edge School in Calgary where Shattuck St. Mary's was there, and Brock England had a chance to connect with him and build a relationship there and enjoy watching him. And now at this Under-17 tournament, as that might be the end of the power play, no, it's not. So power play 6, 2 for 5 for the Finns so far as LP, and that is a step offside. So to finish my thought on Brock England and company, love the ability to do these events with Hockey Canada and the opportunity to do all the U15 events we do overall at HN Live and build some relationships to watch them grow. That's Peter Labardis and I talk about that all the time, about watching players develop from young, from the Brick Invitational tournament that we do, from 9 and 10-year-olds, follow them through their journey right to the pros and then recycle. Such an honor to do these things, and we couldn't be more proud to be representatives of Hockey Canada's products. So Finland right now, one goal they love to get on the board to give them some momentum for tomorrow's contest against the USA, where I imagine maybe a goal a minute here will help change the tide, but the way Canada is playing defense isn't really allowing them any opportunity to gain any offense at all. Franz Kariolate has got one of the 2 goals as he puts it down low. Franz, that is. The Finns try to set up. Quick Konen walks the line. Deja vu. They scored that way twice. In front. He scores. Kariolate double dips. That'll help the cause a little bit. 8-3 the score. Three power play goals of the 3 goals today for Finland. Two goals and 7 points for HIFK in their under-20 program through 6 games so far. Last year in under-16 international play, 11 points through 12 games, including 3 goals. And for under-18 at HIFK, he had 41 points through 37 games. Okay. Game not over. Maybe. Try to be an optimist as much as I can. Pessimism is not something I like to live with anymore. So you're saying there's a chance. Joseph, try to prevent that. He and Cripps will be a hard group to get by on the rest of the guys in red and white. As offside it is big 6'7", Owen Hayden. Number 3 patrolling the line well for Team Canada. At that age, his path right now headed to the bench. Certainly might be a pro hockey one day. If you can move that well at 6'7", almost earmark yourself essentially in the pro ranks. There's a big boy guaranteed in the top 3 spot. this year in the NHL draft who played in this tournament a couple years ago as well. He can move pretty good too. Peter Labardius has a lot to say about Keaton Verhoff, and we'll chat about that when he gets here midweek. Excited to work with one of my best friends. Going to be a fun week here in Truro, Nova Scotia. Flipped up ahead, just a little bit too far for even Brock England's skates. As the turbo all over the blades there, were able to leg out an icing. Poikela plays it up for Finland. Frantilla, cross ice feed. DeLille back to pick it up. England's up again. 2-on-2 for Canada. Norman on the left wing side. A Booker T Spinaroonie, and it goes through and wide off of England's tape. And up comes Finland. Santilla can't hold it in. Norman on the diagonal dump in. Vitch to retrieve for Canada Red. Nobody home on the opposite side as Canadians continue their pressure on the forecheck. Vitch. Edgar plays it at the line. Not deep enough though. Great stick. Excellent breakup by number 12, Joaquin Garris. Green. Pot across. Edgar. Trying to stay square to the puck as Chorney finishes the check well, did Edgar. Defense changing, Cripps. Boy, can he move well, can he? Chorney in front. Drives the goal. He might get a goalie interference penalty. He will. As Blake Chorney drove hard, something I've seen a number of times in my career, and I'm sure Vancouver Giants fans are enjoying, as the Nipawin and Saskatchewan product will stop for a treat for 2 minutes along the highway and head back out, hopefully where he feels it's the full 2 minutes. 6:25 remaining in period 3. Game coming up next, as I mentioned, Canada White and Sweden. Tomorrow we'll start things out, Finland and USA, and then Canada White and Czechia. This is the 32nd annual event. Honored to be doing it for my first time. Lilia Berry. Koikkonen, into the bumper. Karjalainen, Koikkonen through traffic, deflected. Karjalainen was there hoping for number 3 and his team's goal number 4, but cleared down the ice by Canada. Heikkinen stops it there, and the Finns break out. Onto the hinge they call Karjalainen. Driving in, nice play, couldn't get by Green, and he'll send it down the ice. Heikkinen plays it up, Helpy. On the touch up for Karjalainen. Cripps saying watch the right side. As Cripps tries to clear it out, can't. Shot blocked. Nicely, ouch, that tickled England. He remains on and favors the right ankle. Finns continue the pressure, less than a minute to go on power play number 7. England happy to tie it up along the wall, and they'll clear it down. Roni Kujakasjärvi. Flip it back to Santella. Patiently skates through, trying to settle the biscuit, bouncing all over him. As Santella breaks wide. Trying to open up this Canadian defense, which is suffocating on the penalty kill. 18 shots against they've allowed. Kujakasjärvi in front for the one-timer and stops it at the line again. Penalties expired. Blake Chorney's out. One-timer off the heel of the stick from Fulia. Berry in front. Free puck. McLaughlin skates ahead with it. Now to Chorney. Chorney head up. Long distance release. Didn't reach the goal. Place around. Held in Norman. In from McLaughlin calling for it. Back to the line again. Norman. Pressure on Canada Red. Boy, they stride well, don't they? DeLille hits McLaughlin in the leg. DeLille engages contact. Hemmed into the far boards. Less than 4 to go. Short side offering from Warren. No daylight there on the short side for Heikkinen as number 14, Canada Red, Cam Warren, the Maple, Ontario native. He's 5'9", 160. Product of North Bay's OHL program. 11 points there in 14 games. He was a 6th overall pick by North Bay. 63 points for Toronto and under 16 last year with 24 goals, 33 games. Chorney right back out there. And Norman. On the wall and touched Vitch. Right on to Heikkinen. And Heikkinen's defenseman had to be creative to get it out of the zone, and he does. Not a clean neutral zone play, though, and at this level, those passes got to be crisp. You want to hit the ozone of speed, really at any level, but you have very few margin of error at this level. And penalty again to Team Canada. Another power play for the Finns. That's Quinn Norman will be the penalized player. Got the arm up a little high. Power play number 8 for Finland. Norman, the Conception Bay, Newfoundland product, so not too far from here. 13 games played there for their Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League program. Hasn't picked up a point yet. Also played in the Brick Invitational Tournament in 2019 for the Boston Junior Bruins. Shot hit his own teammate in front. As Helpy got that one on the ankle. Trying to fight it off and help out his line mate. As flipped to the line. Kuya Kisjärvi playing pitch and catch with his teammate Liljeberg. Kuya Kisjärvi, Liljeberg. Defended well again by Green, who's also had a good hockey game today. 30 gone on the man advantage, cleared down the ice. A big second period. It's really given Canada Red some distance here in a game that was pretty even in period 1. Kokkonen. Short side shot, and I thought 410 maybe came off the goalpost for a second there. It might have been daylight. McLaughlin avoids a penalty call because Kokkonen goes low again. One-timer through traffic. Rebound. He scores. On the doorstep, Joakim Torvinen deposits the rebound. Another power play goal for the Finns. They are back within 4. All of them coming on the power play today. Traffic in front. Take away the eyes. Fortin made the initial save, and then on his strong side, stick on the ice, pretty easy deposit for the Finnish forward to pop it home to make it 8-4. Each group in pre-tournament action put up a decent amount of goals, so not surprising we've seen 12 through the opening 58 minutes of this hockey game. All right, so as here, the Finnish goal announcement, head play up to Sirkin. Sirkin fires, blocked, part of it taken off by Jaakko. As Finland, bit of a jump here. Minute left, 4 goals in a minute. Maybe lofty, but you love the fight here. Joseph with Sirkin. So that group will change. And maybe too little too late for Finland. We'll have a look here as they enter the zone again. Lilia Berry trying to dance wide. Lilia Berry in behind. Too much red as he wants to get it to the line. Shot deflected just wide. Lilia Berry on it again. You wonder if you're a Finnish fan, where was this about 10 minutes ago? However, good finish for them in this one, setting them up for the next one against USA on Monday. It's Canada Red. Great opening contest to the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge. As that shot goes on the Canadian goaltender. 7.3 left on the clock. Mathis Fortin, as Leif Oten backs him up today. As officials chatting there. Joaquin Garrison company. 7:30 Atlantic time will be the next broadcast, obviously. We will, at the conclusion, have the Canadian national anthem, take a short break, come back, and have the player of the game interview. Some rough stuff in the corner, and that'll do it. Two goals, period one. 6 goals, period two. No, 4 goals, period two. And 2 goals in period three. For Team Canada Red, Joseph led the way. Had a pair. Murata a pair as well. As we'll have the Canadian national anthem and the player of the game. We'll send it in-house to Roger Soret, who will take us the rest of the way from here and then set you up to chat with what I would imagine will be, as the player of the games are announced, Alexei Joseph from Team Canada Red. Roger, it's all yours. What a game for Alexei Joseph, no surprise there. Hat trick for him.
We would now ask you to rise, if you are able, and remove your hats and caps for the playing of the national anthem of Team Canada. Nous vous prions maintenant de vous lever, si possible, et de retirer vos chapeaux et casquettes pour l'interprétation de l'hymne national des Québec.
Team Canada had a convincing victory on day number one, game number one. We'll step aside momentarily and be back with Alexei Joseph shortly. Convincing victory for Team Canada Red in game number one, another hat trick, and Alexei Joseph joins us now. Alexei, pre-tournament action, a hat trick here. What do you like the most about your group start today?
We start strong, we play as a team, and we play a full 60 minutes. We got a couple things to adjust, but I think it was a great first game.
Yeah, were you surprised when Chase Sirkin got you the puck that early right in front of the goal to get things started in the first?
Yeah, a little bit. I was surprised, but he's a tremendous player, and we got a good chemistry. So yeah, he's pretty good, and I love to play with him.
What allowed you guys to pull away in the second period? What gave you guys the ability to do that?
Again, we got a strong start at the second period, and after we just like build on this, and yeah, I think the first shift was pretty good, and we built on this after.
Alexei, what does it mean to you to be able to wear that maple leaf on your sweater, and also in the Maritimes, where you're from not too far from here?
It's a dream come true. I never thought it was possible to be a part of Team Canada, and I'm just it's a huge honor to be part of it.
Is there one thing that you want to improve on? I would imagine penalty kill for the next game when you guys get a day off tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna work on penalty kill and then maybe a little bit of defensive zone. Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats on the victory, Alexei. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Alexei Joseph, native of Montreal, plays for St. John's in the QMJHL, and Alexei and his group. What a performance today! And for Eric Sirky, our company president, Corey Bro, and the whole family at HN Live, thanks so much for watching this presentation of game number one of the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge from Truro, Nova Scotia. Dave Dawson saying thanks for watching. Oh yeah, our volunteer Mike did a great job too. Without him helping out on the back end, we couldn't do what we do at HN Live. So long for now. From Truro, Nova Scotia, see you again at 7:30 Atlantic time.